Good morning. How do you do? Get your notebooks. I am going to bang out a big one. This is a mindset video. It is one that should foster an moment for quite a lot of people. And when you get the then you have work to do. I don't know where you are from, but if where you are from is similar to where I'm from, this is how I grew up. I grew up knowing that if you wanted something, you need to go get it. I grew up knowing, especially as a black girl, if I wanted something in the West, I needed to work extra hard, do twice the work or 3 times the work a Johnny Blue Eyes would do before I will get. I was told to chase my dreams. I grew up knowing that I could not sit with my arms folded and expect anything to come to me. That's how I was raised. And yeah, I did that for quite a while in my life. I did. And I was actually fairly successful with that tactic. I was quite successful. And even the ones that I wasn't getting, I would change my chase strategy. I will make sure that I run faster than the object, because at some point I realized that the things I was chasing were running from me. I was a very fast athlete, chasing after things, catching things, and keeping them in place. But as I got older and I began to reflect on some things, somebody asked me a question in particular about marriage. There were some things other than my marriage which are quite significant in my life. And I began to notice that some of those things I didn't chase. I didn't chase them. The ones that I didn't chase stayed longer in my hand. The ones that I really pursued and chased, remember, they were trying to run away from me in the first place. And so even when I caught it, anytime there was an opportunity for some of these things to run away from me, they did. So I went back to the drawing table and I actually went to find that there are 2 ways in which to get things that you want. The day I discovered this, my jaw hit the floor. You can get things in 2 ways. I only knew one as a young person. That's all I knew. That's all the people who raised me knew. And so that's what they taught me. But then in my experience, I began to notice that there were some things that did not fit this model. But at the time, I couldn't explain until I finally came to this realization. Does anybody know the second method for getting what you want? Does anybody know? I would like to know how aware you guys are of this. There are 2 ways to get what you want. I've told you, the first one is chasing. Chasing down until you've caught it. Yeah, a lot of men do this. A lot of women do this. A lot of people do this because that's all most people know. If you see a nice girl and you like her, you go out and you toast her. And if you toast her and she doesn't like her, doesn't like you, you go out, you dress nicely, and you come back and you try again. Still, she doesn't like you. You bring her flowers. Still, she doesn't like you. You take her and her friends to dinner and you sponsor everybody. You show her your money. You show her your car. You show her your prospects. You show her your assets in the hope that she will eventually realize your value and she will come to you. And yes, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. You may get this girl. But as I said before, things that you chase down are often things that did not want to come to you. And so you may find that some of these things may finally accept that they've been caught and they will stay. And there are some of these things that just don't want to accept they've been caught. And they will be eternally looking for ways in which to escape from you. What is the second way for getting what you want? So you see, most of us come from the chase mentality. And yeah, that is the baseline mentality for a lot of people. That's how a lot of people were raised. But now I have come so full circle, I no longer chase. And those who know me and interact with me, those who see this in action, often look at it and they're like, wow. I remember recently going to the Billion Follower Summit with Tola. And I was practicing this particular thing in his presence. We had gone to the $1 Billion Summit. There were people, obviously, they are content creators, big content creators, multi-dollar award-winning ones, that when you first go to these places and you see them, the first instinct is to chase them. Give me your card. Give me your card. Give me. Give me your number. Give me your number. Give me. Give me this. Give me this. Let's take a picture. Ho! Give me. So when it was lunchtime, everybody was eating. The foyer was congested. People couldn't eat. People who had fetched food could not eat because people were in their face. Hello, somebody's trying to get a fork to their mouth. Somebody's taking a picture here. Somebody's doing this here. So I said to Tola, please, I beg, let's sit outside. So we went outside. Philip, we found one of the stands and we sat underneath it. And Tola and I began to talk. And we were enjoying ourselves. But we didn't move. We just sat down. And this is the second way to get what you want. To get what you want, you attract it. It's the principle of attraction. I was sat there with him. We were chatting. And people will come to us and say hello and give me their card. And I will take it. I didn't even have cards with me. So people will ask me for my card and I'm like, I didn't bring a card. Can we get on your Instagram? So I'll give them the Instagram and I'll tell them, well, I'm not really an Instagram girl. I'm a Facebooker. They're like, oh, what's your Facebook? So I will give them my Facebook account. They will go off and come back. Whoa! Do you want us to collaborate and do this together? La 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 la. Oh, we must embrace ourselves because that's all we are, really. You can't fake to be anything else. Faking is so hard. I've tried it. Believe me, it doesn't work. In fact, faking is from the chasing category. These days, I no longer chase. That's it. I am in the second principle of attraction. And I'm going to go down the basics of attraction for you so you understand. We were sat there. People would come. They would ask for Instagram accounts. My Instagram account is not a significant account because my Instagram account, I don't even use it much. I come there occasionally to post a few things. It's not a daily platform use like I use Facebook. My Instagram, my YouTube, in fact, all my other platforms are secondary. I am a Facebooker. So my main outreach is on Facebook. The rest of them, I come there sparingly and I go off. But my Instagram, I think it will probably hit 8,000 people on today. I didn't know that was a significant account until around May when I went to Sweden. I went to Sweden. I met this young guy on the train. He was really courteous and very polite. He was off to a marathon. So I said to him, well, let me know your account. So when you share your marathon details, I will reshare for you. And he says, okay, what's your Instagram account? And I'm like, oh, I don't use Instagram, babe. I am a Facebooker. But he says, well, that's for old people. I'm like, okay, thanks, boy. It turns out he's like a year older than my son. So, yeah, I am his mom, essentially. And if he thought I was old, he was absolutely right. So he took my Instagram account to get in touch. And then he was like, whoa, you are famous. And I'm like, what? I'm famous? Because of my Instagram account? He's like, yeah. Whoa. An Instagram account of more than 5,000? Do you know what you can do with that? La, 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 la. And I'm like, I have had it for a while. I don't use it for anything. So that was the first time I actually began to realize that the numbers on Instagram are significant because to me, as a Facebooker, the magic number is 10,000. Okay? As a Facebooker, the magic number is 10,000. So that is firmly imprinted in my head. And also the fact that I don't use Instagram much. I don't use it much, so I wasn't actually aware that the account was considered significant. But he's the first person who made me aware that the number is significant. And it was the same thing at this conference. I gave people my Instagram account. And I always say to people, well, if you want to evaluate me and my reach, Instagram is not the great place to look because I don't do much there. I'm a Facebooker. But some of them are like, we only do Instagram. Okay, take my Instagram account. They took my Instagram account. They went off for a while. And each one of them, after a few minutes of walking off, of actually signing on the Instagram account and seeing the number of people who were on, would come back and speak to me. So we did that for a while. About 15, 20 minutes later, Tola was like, how do you do it? No, I think I asked him, so what do you think my mingle strategy has been today? Yeah, I asked him because I wanted to make sure that I had this conversation with him. Tola, what do you think my mingle strategy has been today? And he looked at me like, mingle? You haven't mingled with anybody. We've just been sitting here. But I'm like, no, I've been mingling. We have interacted with a lot of people whilst we've been here. So yeah, I do have a mingle strategy. And he was like, what? But yeah, my mingle strategy these days is not to go. There was a Pakistani boy who had his thing and he was going to everybody. His camera fell down. He himself fell down at some point. When he came close to me, I actually recoiled and run from him because he's a disaster. He was a train with no control. He was going to wreck everything in its way, and I was not going to be one of them. I actually did run away from him, and we laughed about it. And then I said to him, my mingle strategy at these functions now is attraction. And he's like, what? So I took my time to explain, and I'm going to explain to you. I no longer chase, I attract. And yes, the difference between chasing and attraction is that you've got to be patient in attraction. You've got to be rock solid in your faith in yourself in order to be able to practice attraction. Rachel says you use the second principle a lot, but you always thought it was bad. You can go chasing like other people do. Why should you chase? You have never been able to go chasing. Chasing is hard. Chasing is tough. Chasing is painful. And it often doesn't even return results. You chase, waste all this energy for what? Attraction is an inbound technique. And yes, what I do on Facebook is called inbound marketing. It is attraction marketing. You can use attraction in various ways. I'm just going to explain it in its simplicity for you. When you use attraction, you have to be good. You have to be awesome. You have to be unique. There has to be a unique selling point about you. You have to be incredible. And so when celebrities go to places, they don't go trying to meet people. They wait for people to come and meet them. Those who have made anything of themselves don't go chasing. They attract by the sheer value of who they are. You will want to go and speak to them. Yeah. Calcio is a local celebrity, or Ismaila is a local celebrity, or you could be a famous singer or anything. If you've done something amazing, you could be a young people's whatever. Everybody wants to meet you. Why? Because you have distinguished yourself in some way. You have invested in yourself. You have created value in yourself. And the value in you is what advocates and attracts people to come to you. It depends on the circumstances. If it's people, then attraction. If it's life goals, then chasing can be beneficial. Well, I am going to hopefully change your mind about it. I'm going to hopefully change your mind about it. I have been trying to do business for a long time with chasing. And yes, like you, I believed that there were certain things that required the chase, even when I have known about attraction. I would like to come and tell you about my business. I'd like to, I will contact you. No. I started this with my Juice Plus business. I used to do the chase and they put it out there all the time, singing and dancing, doing all sorts of funny things. And then I stopped. Occasionally it will come in my conversation and I'll leave it. But how much Juice Plus I sell by not advertising overtly is crazy. How much Juice Plus I sell by not advertising overtly is insane. The reason why people will buy it is because they will see me. They will see the sheer hair that I have got now. The hair I have got here. Go back and watch my 2018, 2019 videos. You will see I had no hair. I had lost all the hair. Go, have a look. You will see. I was balding. I don't need to say much. You need to see me. And now advertisement is a chase. Look at me, look at me. Hey. It's a chase. There are different kinds of chase in advertisements. There are ads where you put yourself out there and you have the call to actions and you wait for people to come to you. And there are ones that you get into people's inbox. Yes, buy Juice Plus. It's very good. Tomorrow you will send him, hello, did you get my message about Juice Plus? Yes, I did. Yeah, you should buy it. Okay. This afternoon, yes, honey, do you want to buy? The person is not ready. Yeah, please buy. I beg you, buy. Please buy. That's harassment. That's hassling. It's too aggressive a chase. And when you do that to people, you will switch them off. These days, this is how it goes. I will put the information out there and I will just wait. And most people will come into my inbox. Sister Ama, can you tell me about this Juice Plus thing? I'm like, sure. What would you like to know? So you tell me what you would like to know and I tell you the information and then I leave it. Sometime for weeks. There's a friend of mine who wanted to sign into my Juice Plus team. It took her, and this is somebody I see almost daily. It took us about 3-4 weeks for me to do it. Because I wanted to be sure that the person really wanted to do it. And the person was like, come on, won't we do this Juice Plus thing? And I'm like, we'll do it. Let's do this juice plus thing. And after a while, I realized that the person really did want it. So I set them up. This person is unlikely to come back and say any negatives about the experience because they actually did want to do it. I put it out there and I leave it. I wait for you to make your own mind up and come to me. I wait for you to be ready to interact to come to me. I wait. And the first person who made me realize this thing was a lady on the internet. She was talking, and it's one of the things that has made me change my strategy really as a speaker. As a speaker and wanting to land gigs, I was all about advertising myself until I read this girl who had been invited to a TED Talk. No less, TED Talk, invited. She did not apply. Most of us other speakers, we have to go through the process, fill application forms, be rejected by majority of them, and apply until eventually somebody gives you a chance and you are able to speak at some of these conferences. I was at the apply stage, and then I read this girl and she was like, how did I become a TED speaker? I gave a TED Talk because I was actually invited to come give the talk. And I'm like, what? So I took an interest and I went to read. How the hell do you get invited to come speak as your first episode of speaking at the TED Talks? You get invited. Oh, then she told us why. She had written a book. Are you listening? She had written a best-selling book. She had written a mind shift augmenting book. Her book was flying off the bookshelves and people were talking about her book. So you see, she became a speaker by becoming the author of a best-selling book. She did not go applying to be a speaker. I don't think she had even realized that she could be a speaker. She just wrote a book, wrote a damn good book. People who read the book realized that they wanted to hear her talk. And so they called her, practically begged her to come speak, gave her the offer of her life to come speak at this event. And so she went to speak. Attraction. If you are going to practice attraction, you must actually practice value addition. You hear me? You must add value, Regina. In order to attract people, you must add value. You must be more than ordinary. Oh, you must be better than ordinary. Yes. You must invest your time on the refining process and keep refining so that those who see you will see the refinement. They will see the value added. They want what you have, and so they will come to you. Attraction. Attraction. No chasing. No chasing. Yeah. This is where I am at right now, and I have actually tested in so many different facets of my life, and I've realized this is the way to go in all aspects of my life. In all aspects of my life. The chase is hard. It doesn't even reward enough. The amount of energy expended on this chase is insane. Yeah. And I'm telling you, if you want to speak, write a book. Make sure it's a damn good book. Put it out there and put your efforts in getting people to recognize your book and to read your book and whatever. And then you will realize, yesterday I practiced this myself. I belong to a Toastmasters club. So yesterday I was the Toastmaster of the evening, the MC for the event. And so one of the things I wanted to do was just bring an element of competition. So I took one of my journals and I said to them that I have brought a journal. It is a wonderful book for planning your whole year. The person who spoke and moved me yesterday would be the person that I would give the book to. That's what I said at the beginning. So obviously during the meeting, people spoke, and one person actually did move me twice. 2 times she spoke, both were breakthrough moments for me, so I decided to give the book to her. So I gave her the book. This is a book I have created. This is an amazing product that I have already made. I know it's a great product, but I didn't even go looking for a kill. I had my book. It's amazing, and I wanted to give it to somebody who won it. So at the end, I gave it to the girl who won it, and she came to me and she says, as soon as you lifted that book, I wanted that book so much. I wanted that book so much. I said in my heart that, this would be a great thing to have. And so I have attracted your book, is why you have given it to me, because I mentioned this attraction and chasing thing yesterday too. I have attracted the book, and so it has come to me. And I'm like, yes, you have. That was for her. Me, I come home and I go into the group WhatsApp, and she's posted the picture, and she wanted to say thank you. And she was encouraging the other members to go check the journal out because she now has one in her hand. And she's telling people how amazing the book is. This is free marketing. I couldn't have sold on the group page. It would have been aggressive. But you see, because she had the product and she was encountering the product and she was talking to them about it, it was absolutely fine. This is somebody who's not a personal friend. This is somebody who is just in the same club as I do. We come from completely different backgrounds. But I gave her my product and now she's advocating. I woke up this morning, she's tagged me on Instagram with the book. She is an Emirati, she's a local. And so for somebody like me to get your product on an Instagram account for a local person, you often have to pay. I didn't pay. I attracted all of it by having a wonderful product and by having the foresight to give it to somebody. And so now the book is out there and it is circulating. Ruth, do you understand? Attraction is a complex thing. It takes a bit of learning to understand. Oh, there's a huge difference between marketing and selling. Promotion and aggressive selling. Two different things. Two completely different things. So these days, I have found myself not making a lot of outbound calls. Occasionally, when I have new products or I've got new things, I will put out publicity because people need to know about it. But once I have put out the original things, those on my mailing list will tell you. I will send you emails occasionally. I'm not even aggressive with my email marketing at all. I put information there. And I asked you guys, those on my mailing list last week, if you wanted to continue to get the series of 10. You said yes. And those who said yes are the ones who've been put into the marketing funnel for the series of 10. Those people will get 10 emails from me, each one with a gift, which will help them in their content creation. They asked me for it, so I will send it to them. No, it's not something I'm shooting to all of you on my mailing list. I have in fact started segregating my mailing list, and I've been asking you guys to tell me, are you interested in parenting? Are you interested in whatever? Tell me what you are interested in so that only those things may come to you. I don't want to chase you for things that you may not be interested in. I am not interested in the chase. I have lost interest completely. I put out information where necessary, and I'm happy to go sit here, drink water, mind my business, and wait for you to come to me. In attraction, you spend your time waiting. I know this deviates from what most of you know, but today I just want to introduce the concept, the two concepts for getting what you like. The old method is to chase it down till you catch it. In which case, it's a catch me if you can between you and whatever you are chasing. You must understand that when you are chasing, you must expend a lot of energy. And no, we don't guarantee you anything on the chase. But if you are diligent enough, if you are persistent enough, if you are fast enough, then you may catch what it is you're trying to catch. But when you catch it, it may choose to stay or it may choose to run. So as I was saying to you, when I became aware of attraction, I realized that I was married to a person I did not chase. I was married to a person that I had attracted. The person was my friend. We were happy being friends. We were happy getting along and friending. We got to know each other without any pressure of, I want him to date me, I want her to date me. No. It just happened naturally over time whilst everybody's doing what you were doing, and we got to know each other. When you are friends with somebody, you will get to know them quite well. And then at some point you decide, this is the person. Such a person, getting in with such a person is completely different from identifying a guy and thinking, hey, I want to date him. You have to fry your hair extra hard, especially for him. You have to do this. You have to pretend to do this. You have to pretend this so that he finds it attractive. Am I a wife material? Yeah. It's too much work. Way too much work, if you ask me. Those who find partners by attraction, and most people who find partners that they are devoted to and are devoted back, those who tend to be in long-term relationships are the ones that people ask these questions a lot. And the people that I have heard talk about it tend to be the ones who will tell you, oh, I was not even expecting it, I was just being me. Like the girl said, she was not expecting to speak at the TED Talks. She just wrote her book and she was promoting her book and she was just being amazing. Yes, Efwa, you must create a niche for yourself. It's one of the core principles of attraction and value addition. Of course, you must create a niche. You must add value to yourself in that niche. You must stand out in that niche. And it is the standing out which will be the attracting magnet for you. Your lead magnet is the value you have in yourself, is the awesomeness you have created. It is the fact that when you become successful, you get friends. You get a lot of friends. Me, I am a deviant character. I'm not one who always has a lot of friends around me. No, I am somebody who is not even a great friend. And so naturally, I don't have a lot of friends. But since I started this Facebook thing, especially when my first videos went viral, a few of my videos went out and my WhatsApp number was just buzzing. Hey girl, it's been a long time. These are people I went to school with. Some I haven't even spoken to for 30 years. Oh my God, I saw you on Facebook. I didn't even know it was you. And I'm like, hey, this was the cool kid in school. Whoa, you want to be friends? The person is like, yeah, let's get in touch. Look, this is my telephone number. This is my email address. This is da. I'm like, hey, if I asked you for your telephone number in school, you will never give me. And even if I stole it from somewhere and I made the initial contact to say hello, this person will not have visited me because I was not a cool kid. I was not a cool kid. But you see, now I have made myself a cool woman. By making a cool woman out of myself, some of the cool kids definitely want to chill with me. People will want to be your friends. People will want to be your associates. People will take your name to places and tell them, oh, Manson is my friend. People have actually told me that they were friends with me when we were kids. How is it that you and I were friends as kids and I didn't know? And you need to tell me today. There was this particular guy who was telling me, when we were young, sometimes we'll go here to eat. And I'm like, me? Mate, I think you are confused. It couldn't have been me. My dad will have made sure you never got to speak to me. Never mind, you and I go where every Saturday to eat what? You were going nowhere with me any Saturday because nobody went anywhere with me any Saturday. My dad would have skinned you alive. And if he knew that you were threatening to be my friend, he would have played games with you. He would have discredited you so that I would not even want to speak to you. No, we were not going anywhere to eat any food Saturdays and Sundays. We were not. We used to walk together home. You and who walked together home? This is a story this person has told repeatedly to other people and forgot himself, and he was even telling me. Yes, friendship from Africa. It's a story they have told outsiders for a long time. Yeah, Manson used to be my friend. We used to go here. We used to chill here. So when we met, he forgot himself and he was telling myself, about the places that we chill. And this person didn't know me. Because if this person actually did know me, those who knew me knew that you couldn't get close to me. There was no need to invite me to any event. I was not coming. My dad won't let me come. And so I didn't even bother to go tell my dad somebody had invited me anywhere. I never bothered. I was so aware of the fact that the answer would be hell no, that I didn't even go asking. So yeah, some of these social events and social gatherings that this guy claims that they knew me at and we were, it's not real. It couldn't have been possible. What you need to do is to go become. You hear me? You have to become, so you attract people. Just before I turn this one on, my WhatsApp went ding. I opened it and it was a particular person who was also reaching out. And I said to my husband, whoa, this person is sending me a message. And we're like, no way. Yeah. It is not you who needs to go and chase your cousins who are doing good in business. If you go chasing, they will run away from you. You are a liability. They will not welcome you. Chasing suggests desperation, hunger. He was my friend in his mind. Yeah. Irama, you are absolutely right. Chasing suggests desperation. It suggests hunger. It's not attractive. People don't want in. The better thing to do is to become, so you attract. Become, so you attract. It is one of the lessons I thought, I wish I knew earlier on. If I knew this earlier on, I would not have wasted a lot of my time chasing. If you want people to help you, make sure you don't need help. When you don't need help, everybody will help you. Helping other people who need it is so unattractive. But helping those who don't need it, it is so beautiful. It is so easy. It is nice to buy a car for a celebrity. So you see people gifting cars to celebrities. These guys can buy their own cars, but people will buy it for them. Why? Because they have added value to themselves. Just the idea that they bought the car that the celebrity is driving is enough advertisement. And so they will buy the car for the celebrity who can afford to buy the car for themselves. Because when they buy the car for the celebrity, knowing that the celebrity drives their car will influence some of the celebrity's followers to go buy the car. It is a sales technique. There is a benefit to it for the person who buys the car for the celebrity. It makes sense. Me, that I'm sitting here, when somebody buys a car for me, what will they get? Nothing. So why will anybody buy a car for me? No reason. So nobody will buy a car for me. If Manson really wants people to be buying car for me, what I need to do is to go make a name for myself. Build a name. Build a followership. Build influence. And when I have got the influence and people can see that doing things with me and for me may be beneficial to them, they will come to you. They will come to you. You will not be asking people to buy things for you. You will not even be inviting people into partnership with you. People will be proposing to you in the inbound on attraction, not on you chasing. Amma, we would like to discuss this campaign with you. And you're like, okay, let's discuss your campaign. That is a much better way to engage than, hello, I want to work on this campaign of yours. When you start approaching people, telling them about the campaigns you are interested in, most of the time you shot yourself in the foot. Again, this is something I have done for a long time and I finally realized doesn't work. So I have retired. So I am a retired chaser. I am retired, fully retired, all tools down, no more chasing. At some point in my life, it was me who was running around trying to find this person in their house, and they will tell you they are not available. Oh, can we meet such a day? I'm not available. Can we meet such a day? I'm not available. And I realized, oh, Amma, you have too much time available. You are not busy enough. You don't fit in their category because these guys don't have time to waste. And so they don't have any time for time wasters like you. So I got busy. But you see, these days I find myself with, hey, we should meet. I'm like, sure. Weeks later, hey, we didn't arrange to meet. I'm like, well, nobody arranged it. Oh, okay, let's meet on Tuesday. I'm like, okay, I can do Tuesday. Oh, I can't do Tuesday. What about Wednesday? Kaboka. And these interactions are so much more meaningful to me and for me. So much more meaningful to me and for me that it is a much better way to exist. And you see, when you attract things that come to you, they rarely leave. They came to you meritoriously, and so they stay. Most of you would have come to my platform having seen a video of mine that you liked. I don't think I personally, unless you were one of the first few ones, maybe the first year or two, I used to go on every video and click anybody who liked my video. I will invite you to follow. Or at some point, I was even messaging people. Please follow my page. Please follow my page. I used to share my videos to my old school groups. Please watch the video. Please watch the video. Share the video. Please take it to other places for me. Please. Most of the time, the messages were not even read. The pleasing was a little bit too much for everybody. And in fairness to them, it is too much. So these days, I will be in WhatsApp groups and I will see people share my video to the WhatsApp groups and I smile. It used to be me who shared it. And when it was shared, it was never watched. When somebody else shares my video to the WhatsApp group and you look at the stats, much better than when it used to be me who was sharing to the groups. And then occasionally you will see somebody cutting on and the person is like, isn't that such a body on the video? And people are like, oh, yeah, it's her. Oh, but she's in this group. Hey, are you in this group? Are you in this group? Because people will find your name and tag you. People will come on the flip side. Are you in this group? I'm like, yeah, I'm in this group. I've been in this group all along. If you have requests, you can always try and send a request to me, and I will try and address it in my future videos. It's powerful. I wish I knew this earlier. Elizabeth, if I knew this earlier, my game would have been completely different. My game would have been completely different. I have spent so much hours on the chase. I've expended so much energy on the chase. And then I've realized the chase does not even bring enough reward for the energy spent. Edu, attraction is a higher order skill. Attraction requires you to become. Attraction requires that you focus on you and the process of development rather than the outcomes. And as you refine and improve the process, the outcomes will naturally improve. You don't worry about being rich. You just work on your product and make sure your product is banging. And when your product is banging and the users find it banging, the users will promote it for you. You will not even need to pay for a lot of ads. People will do word of mouth marketing for you because the product is banging. And when lots of people flood to buy the product which is banging, guess what? Your finances will change. The conversion rates on the word of mouth is very high because somebody who has used the product will say to the person, hey, this is the best product. Try it, use it. Like I was telling you yesterday, giving my journal to that girl, found me some word of mouth, and the person was talking to other people about it, and I'm like, finally, I'm getting there. Finally, I am off the chase. Finally, I am attracting. And most of the time, the things you attract come to you, even surprisingly. You were not expecting it. Like yesterday, I was not expecting it. I was just doing a particular thing. That's it. And that particular thing gets me in circles. Yeah. The old marketing strategy, at the panettone, let me translate it into English for those of you. Good quality things sell themselves. And it's an adage in my language. At the panettone. Well, those who used to do at the panettone, they understood attraction. Adepa always attracts. You don't need to sell adepa. Ahwenepan kasa. And yeah, when you think back in our culture, at some point, these were things people knew. Just that because of the journeys we've been on, we found ourselves chasing and hustling too, and we forgot some of these things. Yeah, the 19-year-old me could have really done with knowing this. And you know, in fairness, I think the 19-year-old me knew this to an extent. It's when I got myself in a lot of tight corners, trying to hustle and trying to progress and move, that's when I forgot this. I actually did know this in the early days. Thinking back, yeah, there are a lot of things that I have got in my life that came by attraction. But then, yeah, I got addicted to the chase and forgot to focus on what was tactically more astute. Anyway, I wanted to come share with you this morning the different ways of attracting, well, the different ways of getting what you want, chasing it or attracting it. And I propose that you start working to attract because it's easier. In my experience, it's nicer, it's kinder on you. When I finish with some of this restful attraction, I will be back on for us to have a conversation. So put your comments on. Depending on the comments, I may do some more work on this one. If everybody understands it, I think it's simple enough. But if people have questions that require further discussion, I will. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah? Catch you soon.